Also, an incredibly big thing is your past traumas. Like working on your past traumas. Like it's a bit. This is a very shaky topic, but like especially when you're a young age, because your mind is such a sponge and you're trying to absorb everything. Your mind is so malleable and what's like a synonym for like malleable? Influenceable. Because you're very easily like.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
So how we interact with people today is a direct representation of how we were treated as when we were younger. So like our personality and our relationships, how our relationships are, and the type of people we're attracted to, is very much directly determined from like our past traumas, right? So if you think like there's like the typical like if like so like, oh, you know, I'm messaging this girl, like, you know, what should I do? Like, it's like, oh yeah, don't message her like often at all.
Treating me and keeping keen, and
Exactly.
that's facts.
See, that it usually stems from some form of neglect. Right?
Interesting.
Hear me out. Because we are attracted to what is
presented to us.
No, what we know at, what we are used to, what is because it's comfortable, because we know what it is. It's not something new. When something's new, it's like, oh, what's this? Yeah. When we're used to it, it feels comfortable, even though maybe it's toxic. Maybe like, say like people who get into toxic relationships may have had usually toxic parents or something that's gone on bad from a significant person that they look up to, which causes them to sort of see that as what a relationship should be. Because when you see like your parents arguing or your parents like shouting at you, as a child you think, oh, this is a normal relationship.
Yeah, this is healthy. This is what love looks like.
This is what love looks like, when it's really not.
No.
And that is so very damaging to us, and we probably don't realize it until you properly look back and write things down and like go through stuff. And you really like look at shit.
Yeah, but there's some fucked up shit that I've realised recently that's like, wow, so this isn't normal. Like,
it's with everyone. If you don't work on your past traumas, it's gonna really show in your day-to-day life. And even like, say I had a healthy parent relationship, even being shouted at is traumatic, because that's like the person who like looks after me and cares for you and protects you. But when you see them shouting at you, it's like, what have I done wrong? Like,
yeah.
Even seeing people go through trauma themselves, like seeing your parents shout at each other, like that, it's not fun to be around.
It's so awful,
especially as a young child when you're sitting there and like your parents or your parent and another person are arguing. It's horrible. It's horrible to fucking watch.
No, it's the worst is sitting in your room, hearing your parents argue, and especially if it's about you. Have you ever had that?
Yeah.
Oh, bro. One time I was young. I think I had, like, my parents were divorced at this point, and my dad had let me stay off school because I was like ill or whatever. And my mum had come to my house the day, like after school, and she'd like banging on the door, coming in, like shouting at my dad for letting me like stay off school and shit, and then bringing me down, shouting at me, and it was like, oh my god, yeah, that was. If you watch this, hi mom.
Yeah, it seriously is a big thing. Birds of a feather flock together.
Man. I told you that. That's Hudville 101.
Nah, I learned that on a boxing coach on Snapchat, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I've probably got the screenshot. I won't be in my camera, but I've got the screenshot somewhere.
Nah, see that's women talk. You know what I mean? Toxic women hang out with toxic women. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Toxic men probably hang out with toxic men. You know what I mean?
That's sort of like.
Oh, there isn't a thing. It's toxic men. Sorry. just toxic women.
That's why like they're like, oh, don't message him back. Like treat him mean, keep him keen. Is that right?
Treat him mean, keep him keen.
That is especially going to appeal to
girls with daddy issues.
Girls with daddy issues because of that neglect, and they see another male figure treating them with that,
It's like, oh,
They
yes, please.
This is my how a good relationship is.
Yeah.
You know, I want this, and even though you don't consciously think good relationship, subconsciously you're still attracted to it because deep down it's ingrained from when you were a child that this is a good relationship.
Yeah, man.
When it's not.
No.
And if like say like it's an insecurity is a big one.
Oh.
So say like maybe like you got bullied for
being fat.
You're gonna be, especially as a young child, you're gonna be conscious of your weight more because as a child you were bullied for it, which made you self-conscious about it. And even though now maybe you're not fat, you still got that in your mind about people are gonna treat me like shit if I'm fat.
Slightly off topic, but is weight an issue for you with girls? Getting controversial already. Like, if a girl is larger than normal, does that immediately be like?
I wouldn't say immediately. No, it depends how. If they're like
if
they're like 300 pounds, like yeah, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
But a bit above average. Like I'm like if someone's got a bit more weight, I'm not gonna be like fuck off.
What's the numerical figure that you stop at?
I don't know.
You can carry a little pocket scale. Like, step on this, please.
Yeah, before you talk to me, I just gotta check your weight real quick.
Fucking hell. Do you think that a woman asking a guy about his height is the same as a man asking a woman about his weight, about her weight even?
Everyone has a type.
Yeah. I think it's fair. I think if women are so like, you know, short kings, but like if women are so anti or like, you know, obviously it's not all women, but you know what I mean, then I think that it should be a fair response question to ask about the weight. But I also hate women.
Everyone's got a type. Just don't be a twat about it.
Yeah.
Just don't be like, you're not my type. I'm not going to speak to you. Like, if someone like tries to speak to you, just at least be nice and like courteous with them. Don't be like fuck off.
Yeah, never treat someone less because they're not attracted to you. That was all. I've seen that through school a lot with certain individuals. It's like people will treat women like shit just because they're not attractive, and that's awful. Same with boys. It's like, when you see the fucking girls that flirt with the special needs kids because they like attention. Bitch. You know, if you're watching this, you know exactly who you are. I hate you. So does Louis. It's the worst thing. Do you remember people call him Little Dylan? I saw it with him as well. I've seen it with, you know, Harry. Like, it fills me with so much anger.
There's still boys who do that as well. Like, not going to say names, but like they will like take the piss out of Harry.
See, yeah, this is the thing. When I saw like Will and Leon and Reese doing it, it was like, okay. But then I've seen it a lot recently where Harry has fun. He's always smiling. I think there have been times where it's been bad, and I've told them specifically that this isn't that was mean. Don't do that or whatever. But like when have you seen the photos of him where they've built the comfy chairs around him and he's just chilling on his laptop? Like it's stuff like that.
That's wholesome.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it is funny. You know what I mean? They are friends. I would say that they're friends, but the girls aren't. The girls take advantage and manipulate him because they like attention and because he doesn't know. Fuck you. Big up Harry. You know what I mean?
We love you, Harry. That's a sign of trauma, past trauma.
What is same?
Treating people like shit.
Oh well, yeah, but yeah, treating people like shit. See, this thing with kids, there's always a reason. If a kid is treating like another kid like shit, it's because the kid is either treating like shit at home, the kid hates himself, or all that shit. But when it gets to adults are just dicks to be dicks. You know what I mean? I think sometimes adults will just be difficult.
Sometimes again that can stem from trauma.
Yeah, it probably does.
Because a lot of people don't realize how much a past trauma affects you. Like, I think you probably have a bit of a realization there before, but like, because it's not talked about. Like, that is a key step for your mental health. Like.
Talking,
like,
get therapy,
like completely like sort out your past traumas, like just like write it all down so you can like visualize it and process it, because you don't. process it. When you're young, you can't process trauma properly. That's probably the main reason why it's traumatic, because you can't interpret what's going on.
No.
You're just kind of like scared and like, what the fuck? Like you see your parents arguing, it's like the
guys.
whole world's collapsing around you, because
Yeah.
that's your protector of your world. But see, when you're a bit older, you can process trauma a bit more. Like these two people are arguing, it's like, okay, come on, guys, like this is what's going on. We need to sort this out. As a child, you don't have the emotional intelligence to process that.
No.
That's why it becomes traumatic, and it wouldn't be at a later age. And that's where you need to figure it out and identify what is gone on. And then once you get that, like, have I told you about Hamza, the YouTuber?
Yeah.
He is like completely open about his trauma, and like he was abused and like hit and like molested and shit. Like he went through fucking like shit, and he openly talks about it on like for like 30-minute videos how like his brother molested him, and like he will like openly talk about it and how he's been through like therapy and everything for it, and how he's working on it. And you see the transformation he's made from like being depressed and like crying every day, and how he's in a much clearer mental state, and how he's making loads of money, and how he's got a blossoming social life, and how like he can support his whole family now off of his money.
I wouldn't.
That's a whole nother debate. But yeah, when you can really go through that process the pain and whatnot, there's a brighter side. There's a brighter horizon, a brighter place on the other side, and this will affect again your self-worth and your self-image. Yo, thanks for watching this clip. If you liked watching this, somewhere around the screen will be like the full episode or whatever, and you can go watch that. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like and comment. We'll hopefully see you in the next episode.